What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about DuckDuckGo, which is actually becoming one of the more popular search engines and browsers out there, all basically because of its promise for security, right? You know, they don't track you, the ads don't track you. It's not like Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge or any of these other platforms, where every little detail about what you search and what you look at is going to be sold to the highest bidder, right? You know, it's supposed to be the platform for people who really value their security, right? But DuckDuckGo just got caught in a pretty major scandal because it turns out that DuckDuckGo's browser won't block some of Microsoft's trackers, and they've been trying to defend this behavior even though they market their platform as being one that doesn't track you. And we're literally going to break this whole thing open. I mean, we're going to take a look at the website, the CEO's response to the entire thing, the corporate response to the media, and we're just going to peel this back layer by layer, man, and we're just going to tear them apart for this one because honestly, you know, this is the kind of stuff that really irks me. Not because I'm a DuckDuckGo user myself, because I'm not, but because this is a company that promises security, that promises something that they're not fulfilling. And in their defense, yeah, they're not tracking you on the level that Google or any of these other big companies will, but at the end of the day, tracking is tracking, to literally quote DuckDuckGo. And any amount of tracking that DuckDuckGo allows is automatically going against what they say they do, which in my opinion is false advertising and is misleading your consumers, which I think is a pretty scumbag thing to do for a company, especially one that's preaching security. So to give you guys a little bit of backstory on everything here, a security researcher on Twitter came forward with a bunch of research that he did about the whole thing, right? You know, he basically tested DuckDuckGo's private browser for iOS and Android, and specifically what they were trying to track was to see if there was any data transfers to Microsoft's LinkedIn or Bing ads while viewing Facebook's workplace homepage, okay? Now that might be a little confusing, but basically you can capture data within the so-called private browser on Facebook's workplace.com, and DuckDuckGo doesn't stop any data flow to Microsoft's LinkedIn domains or their Bing advertising domains, which basically means that they're tracking you in layman's terms. I mean, Microsoft is tracking you. It's not to a massive extent or anything like that, but keep in mind this is a platform that promises zero tracking, and we're literally going to see that on their website, and it's part of their whole mission statement, right? But that is exactly what you're getting in this instance. So that's kind of the backstory, right? And this led to a pretty massive controversy, I think rightfully so. And the response that DuckDuckGo has had to this entire thing has been absolutely pitiful, and we're about to destroy this. So now this is coming from PCMag.com. A DuckDuckGo spokesperson told us, quote, "We're doing a lot to block Microsoft tracking, including blocking third-party cookies. It is not true to say we're not blocking anything from Microsoft at all. Only one part of multiple privacy protections we offer is impacted by the agreement. They also stressed the deal with Microsoft, quote, has no bearing on our search results." The spokesperson says too that, quote, "folks who use the DuckDuckGo browser on mobile or Mac OS in beta are still getting significantly more privacy protection by default with DuckDuckGo than they would using Safari, Firefox, Chrome, and other browsers, and that DuckDuckGo has, quote, never promised 100% protection because it's not possible for a number of reasons." So everything about this is actually a garbage reply, and it's not even really true. So they are correct in saying they do technically block some stuff from Microsoft. It's not like they're just letting everything go through, but the whole point of the deal is when you download DuckDuckGo, you're basically promised that there's no tracking whatsoever. They don't do any of this. None whatsoever. I mean, it literally says it on their website, and we're about to go take a look at that here in a second so I can really show you guys this, because I mean, I have no reason to lie to you guys here. Everything that's going on here can be proven by what I'm about to say and show you. So, and then they defend it by saying, oh, well, you still get more protection with us than you would from other platforms. Yeah, but that's not what you promised, okay? You promised that there would be no tracking whatsoever. You guys have made it a big part of your advertising and a big part of your marketing that there's no tracking. And then now security researchers on Twitter are breaking you apart like a walnut, and then all of a sudden you come out and you have to go to semantics. Oh, well, we never promised 100% protection. We never promised that we would be able to stop it all. Then why do you exist as a company, okay? Your whole point is security. That's literally what you bring yourself forward with the entire time. But now that you've gotten called out in this controversy, it's, oh, well, we can't do it 100% efficiently. Then stop saying that you can. I mean, take a look right on their website right here. We'll take a look at the opening paragraph that you see. I don't have DuckDuckGo, I don't use it. This is what a new user would see when they open the website. Tired of being tracked online? We can help. We don't store your personal info. We don't follow you around with ads. We don't track you, ever. It literally says, we don't track you, ever. How do you get around saying that? I mean, you openly market this as something that never happens on your platform, yet you just got exposed for it happening. And now you want to run to the, well, we didn't say 100% efficiency. Like, come on, guys. This is your best response possible? If that's the case, then change your website. Change the opening paragraph to say, we don't track you, but we let Microsoft track you a little bit. That's a better opening because it's the actual truth. If you're not going to tell the truth, then why do you exist? Now, the public outcry about this has gotten so bad that DuckDuckGo's CEO himself has gotten involved, and within literally 1 minute of me making a tweet about this whole thing, he already had a generic business response posted in the comments of the tweet, and well, it was pretty easy to tear apart, let's be honest. So let's first go to the first response from the CEO, who is Gabriel Weinberg, by the way. When you load our search results, you are completely anonymous, including ads. For ads, we worked with Microsoft to make ad clicks protected from our public ads page, and then it links. Microsoft advertising does not associate your ad click behavior with a user profile. Yeah, that's not people's concerns, Gabriel, and I think you know that. I mean, you're smart enough to run this entire thing and be the CEO or like the head honcho behind it, but you're not smart enough to realize why people are upset. Like, you know why people are mad. You just don't want to address the actual criticism because there's no legitimate way that you can. You basically have to come out and say, yeah, we've been lying to people, because if you don't say that, then you're not telling the truth. Like, we've literally shown the website and shown everything that happened so far. You literally promise not to track people ever, okay? So this whole little generic response here doesn't do anything to address that fact. Until you say, yeah, we were lying when we said we don't track you, you're not telling the truth. So at the end of the day, man, this just makes you guys look worse, okay? And so I made a tweet highlighting this and saying that I'd reconsider using it if I were you because, well, they're lying about what they do. Gabriel had a response within 1 minute, and it said, to be clear, this isn't about the search engine, and we actually restrict Microsoft scripts in our browsers, including blocking their third-party cookies. I left a full detailed explanation here, and it links to Reddit. So first off, as a company, you shouldn't be responding to people with a Reddit post. That's kind of something you do with a press release. I mean, I figured that I know this, you should know this, since you're the CEO of this company, but once again, though, this does nothing to actually address what's at hand. It does nothing to address the fact that they literally promise on their website, hey, we do not track you. We do not use trackers on you ever. We do not allow trackers to run against you ever. But yet people are breaking this open and proving that, well, you do allow trackers to be ran. You do allow Microsoft to track your users. If it's even an insignificant amount, it's tracking nonetheless. And funny enough, Gabriel literally knows this firsthand because, well, according to another post on Twitter I made, let's take a look at this. DuckDuckGo's Chrome extension now blocks Google's new tracking method Topics and a new ad retargeting method Fledge. Google says they're better for privacy, but the simple fact is tracking no matter what you call it. And you can see here that barely 2 weeks ago, Gabriel Weinberg here retweeted this. He literally stood beside the message that his company was sharing, that tracking is tracking no matter what you call it. But now 2 weeks later, now that they're embroiled in a scandal for literally tracking people, to be clear, you know, this tracking is basically okay because we made a deal with Microsoft on this. We're DuckDuckGo, so it's okay that we do it. I have this Reddit post that explains it all, man. Yeah, okay, Gabriel. Just say you don't stand behind the message of your company. That's all you have to say. Just say, hey, we're bullshitting. We're just trying to market our product. We're lying. It's better to hear you say that than to continue seeing the web of lies that you guys continue to spin up about this whole thing. Of course, though, when I called Gabriel out on this point, he didn't have a 1 minute response ready, you know, like he did with my other tweet that he thought he could get a one-up on, thought I wasn't going to respond to. This hypocrisy here, he has no response for. It's been 30 minutes since I tweeted this out, and I'm recording this video now. No tweet from him, no addressal from him whatsoever. That's pretty incredible because he was literally searching the term DuckDuckGo on Twitter and responding to random tweets criticizing it, but he can't find this one that plasters him up as a big fucking hypocrite because, you know, that would just be too hard, right, guys? So the fact of the matter is, yeah, DuckDuckGo, they might give you better privacy protection than like a Google Chrome or a Microsoft Edge, but to be fair, when you're creating a browser, that's probably not hard to do. These companies go to the extreme with it. But when you market yourself as something that doesn't track people, that's completely anonymous, that really values your privacy, and then you turn around and you get exposed for something like this is the type of thing that destroys reputations, okay? And for me personally, DuckDuckGo's reputation is ruined. I will never use this product. I will never download DuckDuckGo. I will never trust anything that Gabriel has to say, and it's because of his response to this entire thing. It's because he knowingly has been bullshitting about everything here. And my point is, if they're willing to lie about this, and they're willing to sweep this under the rug until it becomes a massive controversy, until people start to show that they really care, and then they do nothing to really address what's going on, imagine the other things that they could be lying about. Imagine what other trackers could be running in the background. Imagine the other things that they could be doing that people just don't know about yet. That's what is bad about working in this kind of business. Once you get this one fuck up, you basically are over at that point, because it's really hard to gain people like me's trust back in this kind of industry. You're supposed to be the no BS alternative, but yet you're full of BS. So I guess that signs it for me, man. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below, and until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about DuckDuckGo, and signing out.